Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, everyone. My name is Miller, and today we're gonna discuss a little bit about media here. It's will be a very intriguing conversation about media, make us dumb or something. And I have with me here, Luis. Can you introduce yourself, please?
For sure. Good morning, guys. My name is Luis. I'm 45 years old. I live in Campo Grande City, almost center of Brazil, Mato Grosso do Sul. I'm 45 years old. I'm a data professional. In my spare time, I love to learn about music. I love outside activities like riding motorcycles, camping, fishing. And this is about me. Thanks for asking, Handel.
Great. Awesome. Very interesting. So, actually, I wrote here Netflix, but I actually can, talk about any media, I think, cinema or because I think all the media are make us dumb. But I will ask you a very open question. What do you think about it? Do you agree with it or not? Do you think it's just a part of the time?
Well, I don't know because I think it's very personal. How do you how you abs- uh, how you I don't know how to say in English, but I think it's very personal because everyone has different backgrounds about this, and how is
Okay.
approaching, you know.
But in your, for example, what you have seen, like you have seen more interesting media and smart media that provoke us, or media that actually is very because actually I will explain a little bit about this topic here. I was reading about the Netflix are making the script more easy for the people because the same time that people are watching Netflix, they are, scrolling down
Yes.
the cell phone, so losing the focus. So they start to make more, how can I say, easy to consume, right? Like easy listening to watch the movies and series. So the people start to, arguing that, like discussing that, maybe the media are making something that will make us more dumb in terms of we are not able anymore to processing movies. And if the movie is complex, we do not understand, right?
Y-
So go ahead, go ahead.
No, no, yes, I totally agree with you. And what we need what come for us? How we regular people, how we consume all this media thing and all these cultural issues, is very different from the past. For instance, if you think about music, if you think
Mhm.
seriously, just about 200 years ago, regular people in your entire life, she she have listened just one music one time in your life, because
Wow.
you didn't have these assault machines, vinyls, those kind of
Mm-hmm.
things in radio. So to listen music it was very difficult. Nowadays we have all this comfortable to watch tons of movies and music, but nobody cares. No, it's just
Mm-hmm.
to spend time. For instance, it's very different. Watch a movie in your house, in your home. It's very different to watch in a movie theater, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, and when you're watching a movie in a movie theater, for instance, before the smartphones, you didn't have any distractions because you are in a dark room watching a big screen,
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
and you have a very good screens, You have very good screenplay plays and histories and how the stories was told. Just for instance, 30 years ago in the 90s, every week you had a classical movie that will should be forever. In the 90s was the last golden time of the cinema, at least for me, because every week you had a movie Oscar, a movie that will compete in Oscar. And nowadays we don't have
Okay.
more this because nobody cares about media, arts, or cultural things, just entertainment and propaganda, I think.
Okay, okay. Oh wow, very, very nice point. Actually, yeah, I totally agree. The people care more because it's more about. I think we have discussing more because actually we have time to discuss and data as well. Because in the past we hadn't that. Like you are saying, I didn't know about this 90s data in two hundred 2,000 years ago. Wow, nice. But I think what do you think, for example, what you have done to because I'm seeing that you are a musician as well, so you have a lot
Not,
of
not
instruments.
yes, but not a musician, just a student, forever student.
Wow, a student with four different types of instruments.
Yes.
Um, well, what do you have seen in movies, in terms of movies and of series? What do you like to watch? Let me understand
Well,
more.
I love to watch independent movies. I love
Oh,
art movies like I love the language of this classical cinema. I love, for instance, movies from Iran, movies from Finland, art movies to be specific. And I don't like I well, I don't like Netflix for instance. I don't like
okay.
this poor screens, screenplay, these kind of things, and because I think that the beauty of the scene of the movies, the cinema itself, it's how tell stories that connect us. Because I think that art is a tool of connect people, and the feelings is not about patriotism or national things. Uh, Art is cross borders and is about connect people art. So you can't connect people, make only dummy movies or commercial movies. So I think that on the independent movies and as well music, you think more about tell a story that is a interest for someone.
Very nice. Yeah, you said a very interesting term that is commercial, right? I think a lot of or the major part of the material and movies and the media that we have nowadays is commercial purpose. Like the people try to only make money. So this kind of art movie you said, it's more, little the people, don't want to do. I mean, it's not they don't want, but they sometimes they then don't have opportunity to do because, nobody will support it.
Yeah, it's not
And in
the
the
main
past,
goal.
yeah, I remember that I was reading that in the past, even the big industry, they have a money, the little money to support this kind of production, like, independent production. Like, oh, you have a very good idea. We have a money to support you. So you try. And a lot of things that nowadays we are consuming, oh, it's a masterpiece of art. In the past, wasn't like was a try, like, right? Like was a try. It's a little idea that anyone supports or an industry supports, and they start to do. Can you tell me a movie that you like the most, if you have any you like the
I,
most?
I love a lot of movies. I can tell a different answer to you every day. And just adding something my previous answer, I love
Hmm.
independent movies, but I love as well commercial movies. But like for instance, Godfather, uh, like uh,
Awesome.
like Star Wars, for instance, because was part of my childhood, Indiana Jones. But I can't tell. For instance, I think that for me now, my favorite movie is from a Finland director called Aki Kaurismäki, and the name of the movie is Autumn Leaves. Uh,
Autumn leaves.
yes, yes, yes. I don't. Let me make a double check here. Uh, let me just let me find the number, the real name. The real name is in Finland language. So
Wow.
let
So very particular.
yes, I will put the in the chat.
Okay, no problem. And something something that I have tried to understand more is the how can I explain that in English? But I think the second layer of the movie, right? For example, I was reading about the Terminator, for example, the whole idea about Terminator, was JC, but in terms of machines, so it's a whole perspective trying to, with a lot of signals, with a lot of ideas based on it. So I was integrating because it's so nice when we really know what we are watching and the symbols, the second layer, the history in the background. So this is I suppose that the moves that you like, for example, this more art moves, or they are more, and even I think the commercial that you mentioned, like Star Wars and Godfather, they have this kind of idea. Is not silly, because you said, oh, it's commercial, but it's not silly. It's totally different, right? For example,
Right, right.
I was watching Stranger Things, man, and I think it's very poor. It's very poor. You know, um, it's just a mixture of the whole terror movie that we have, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Jason's move, and all this alien, mixed in a production with kids. That's you try to watch it, and it's interesting because of the effects and so on, but actually just it, like just to
Yes,
relax.
yes, yes. I think that we live that's not a collapse, but it's a very different moment because technology is part of everyday life. For instance, well, nowadays, these big tech companies like Netflix, they have a lot of money because they offer to your audience uh, what we like. Because nowadays we have this algorithms recommendation, so you don't have the work to looking for. For instance, when I was a teenager, for to me listen music,
Very nice one.
I had to travel to another city, buy magazines, watching MTV to discover new music, for instance, new moves. So you are very, very interested. Nowadays, nobody, you don't have this work to find these things. Well, and I think there's everything changed since the rise of technology. For instance, nowadays everyone has a camera in your pocket, in your smartphone. Everyone can tell a story. No one cares about cinematography language. Uh, you can record yourself just walking, and a new language, you know. But just add another thing about movies. For instance, when I watched for the first time Godfather trilogy, I had one perception. When I was more with more age, I had another perception, and when I watched much older, I had another perception. So this is the beautiful, no, about a
Okay.
classical movie, for instance, and because when you are a teenager, you have a different background when you start growing up, and this kind of things, you know, and
Yeah,
yeah.
I think this kind of movies, you always are understanding something new, right? Like this is interesting. And you mentioned that yeah, because of the algorithms. This is nice to know because I never thought about it. Like nowadays, the people can gather all the algorithm data and try, oh, that guy or the people in general, they like it. So let's put all the stuff in the same movie and just, write anything. Okay. And let me about, I'm curious about your student type of study. What do you like to play? What do you like to play in the style? Do you have a band? Are you a singer?
No, no, I just like to play. I spent my teenage years playing a lot of punk rock and hardcore bands in Brazil. And but what I love is study piano because piano can give to you the whole process of the music, you know, because you have the lowers, the mid, the highs, and you can play in the chords, you can play in the melody, and after that, I translate to the bass, to guitar, to drums. And I love
Okay.
just man, I love to experiment a lot of things. I like to sample things. I love to make experimental music as well. For me, it's a well, when you work with IT, you lost your life in a black screen with a code. So I love to turn off these things and create music and no and make
Oh, this is a
things.
very, yeah, actually, it's a very nice way to develop. I don't like to say that, but actually it happens that you develop yourself, your brain, and so on. Because I like to play as well. So when I'm trying to relax, I just play my guitar and start to sing something. So yeah, that's it. Are you live in Brazil? I
Yes, yes, yes. I live in Campo
remember.
Grande City,
Okay.
the middle of
Campo
Brazil.
Grande. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Nice, nice. And for example, one thing that let's get back to the topic. That one thing that the people generally say to the people do, to activate your neurons or your brain is try to play something or try to read something or try to write something, right? Like to
Yes, yes.
develop your brain because I think it's not a thing, but the research show it that we have a very good develop when you do something like that, right?
Yeah, I realize when I want to rest or when I want to slow down my day, I have a lot of uh notebooks, papers, and pencils and pens, you know, because I'm old. I'm 45 years old, and my life is starts to slow down. And I want to make my life more analogic, you know. I don't want to spend my days in
Good.
front of screens. I want to change my career again to more simple things because I do believe that we are not made for WhatsApp environment, and you know you are always available for friends, family, work, you know. So I do not believe in this kind of work balance life, you know, because work will always
I agree. I
find
agree.
you,
Totally agree.
find
100.
you. But well, I think it's time to slow down because yeah. I don't think I don't need all this comfort that actual that the current life show for us, because nowadays everything is so expensive. Smartphones are expensive, computers are expensive, cars are expensive. So I am think about to make a downgrade about my quality life and I have more easygoing life, no?
Okay. Nice. Actually for example, this kind of stuff that you said, like work balance, life. Man, I totally agree because terms of all self-development. Oh, you need to do it because your brain or to work or I don't know, skills and like skills like this and skill like that. It's just ways to sell us a very bad quality of life, to be productive all the time and to stay all your life in front of computer working or doing something that actually do not make sense or we don't care. Because I'm the same. I think I'm the same path, trying to be more creative actually, because I like to play a lot. And yesterday actually I was feeling that. I was reading and thinking, man, I really like it. Like I like to listen songs. I like to play songs. I like to read. So I need to invest my time on it
Yes, but
because when I do it, I feel, happy. I feel like fulfilled. So I need to do it because I'm feeling that. So I think maybe it's your challenge because it's my challenge nowadays. How can I, for example, we are speaking English and it's right. I love language and so on. Okay, and the language is awesome. But in your daily life, we are our attention or our energy is always captured by some silly stuff like social media and WhatsApp you mentioned, and sites and information, crazy information, randomic information, and this information consumes like start to consume or drain our energy. So yeah, what do you have done to battle this, like to challenge it?
yes, I was thinking here, for instance, I I discovered very late that social media was bad for me. For instance, for now, I don't have any social media on my smartphone. No, just in my PC, and I try not to not to spend my time whole day watching uh accidents, jokes, fights, and this kind of things, And for instance, I do believe that our brain was not made as well to have a lot of information that have today, And it's strange because I think that at least for me, with my age, I don't know, you are 25,
No, I'm 30, 35, 36,
25,
36 year
36,
old.
36, 36. So if you can you will work a lot for a long time, and it's crazy because you have a lot of distractions, like you said. I don't agree with that, and I think that is very interesting because these kind of silly things are are right now shaping the behavior of the people. So everyone nowadays thinks they are looking,
Yeah.
they are acting like rock stars or movie stars or rich people. No one want to be a normal or regular people, So I think that's a is a very strange situation, because I came from a time before the internet, you know, and it was much more cool than today, I think, you know.
Much more what? Coot.
Sorry?
What you mentioned in the last part? You are much more.
In that time before the internet, it was much more cool, much more. special
Exactly.
times,
Yeah. We enjoy more.
Yeah, you enjoy more. We live the moment. For instance,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when I was in the college, I worked 8 hours far from my home, and I needed to go to the college very far from my work. It was everything was so far disconnected, but I didn't feel well. I was much younger, but I don't felt but I don't felt so tired like I feel today. I started from home. I work from home, and I spend all my day in this room, this small room here, talking English. That's very difficult. You, but I feel tired so much. And when you are trying to rest, for instance, you have a WhatsApp message. Oh, your pipeline is broken. You need to fix.
Okay. Man, what I believe that when we really enjoy the stuffs, right, we can spend our all energy and much more on it. Like, or for example, I remember when I was playing a band, a teenager band, a thrash metal band. And man, I walk a lot to play with my friends, to practice. I walked a lot to go into taking my guitar and practicing a lot, practicing, many hours. And nowadays, sometimes I'm doing only little stuffs and I feel very tired because I'm not enjoying and not connect with that world, right? For example, when we see kids playing, man, kids start when they are enjoying. The kids, start to play, and I always remember that start to play, but if they don't need to drink water. They don't need to rest. They only play all the time, for more than 80 hours if you are enjoying. And I feel it when I enjoy something, I can spend more than 5 hours doing the same stuff. And nowadays, I think I feel that the most part of my time when I'm doing little stuffs, for a very short time, I feel tired because uh, seems that I'm not internalizing stuff. So, I'm just I don't know what I'm doing actually. I'm working of course with myself, but actually I don't feel uh present, right? I don't feel that
Right.
and this feeling is so weird because the time's passing and we feel more. We do not be aware about it like what you have done. We are captured by this our entire life for our entire life. So this is quite sad, right?
Yes, yes. I was thinking here. I had this. Your talk about your thrash metal band, and I realized, for instance, I spent all my teenage years playing punk rock and these crazy bands, and I love it. But when I became an adult, I started not to play, in a band. I realized that I like to play alone, because I'm not
Okay.
a performer. I love more to create music, and like you said before, for instance. It's cool when you are a teenager, for instance, you will play another city, or you will tour with your friends, with this kind of things. It's very, very cool, but sometimes I think the routine kill the the energy. So I think that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
very interesting as well too. And I had a thrash metal band when I was teenager as well, but was horrible because uh, because we came from a very punk rock hardcore background and we started to play we were practically stealing creators music, and we are very fan of creator, and was very funny make this kind of sound.
Oh, nice. It's actually how long have you been practicing English, learning English, and what's your purpose in learning English? Just for fun or to do for?
No,
Professional
just
purpose?
professional purpose because in 2024 I lost my big opportunity to work abroad uh, because my English because I studied English since I was a child, but I never practiced. So for me, at least for me, my English was very good because I I had all these concepts in my head, but I didn't practice. So these are motor things in your mouth, this kind of, and think quickly to answer technical things. And I study English to today because today my studies is talk is not study for me, it's just for practice. And I spend sometimes in books and open English, so but it's more professional because I work for a very small company in the US. So
Okay.
it's a change for me because till today I have a lot of difficulty to in the listening, so I can't
Okay.
understand all the entire media that I have, this kind of things, and I know that will be forever. This,
Exactly. Will be forever. And it's nice because we always have something to learn. And
yes,
sometimes, I'm listening some song and I'm aware that nowadays I know what they are saying. Sometimes it's kind of out of the blue. Just walking and oh, now I know what he's saying because listening is something that we need to concentrate, right? Like
yes.
needs concentrate. It's not something very fast. And are you planning some movie traveling abroad, like for working or something?
Not at this moment. Not this year. I think this year I want to travel inside Brazil. I want to know uh, the classical tourist uh, place in Brazil because I didn't have the opportunity yet because I
Mm-hmm.
just spent my time just traveling for off road and motorcycle and this kind of things. Now I want to spend more time to make tourist things.
Okay, okay. And you look like a headbanger, like motorcycle and rock and roll.
Yes, yes, but
What
I'm more motocross things, not these Harley Davidson things,
motocross? Okay.
I'm more
Oh, wow.
trail, you know. I'm more
Or adventure.
yes, more adventure than
Okay.
Harley Davidson, this kind of things. And yes, I
Okay.
was a
Okay.
headbanger when I was a teenager.
And man, how about to relaxing, what do you have done to relax like in your free time? But I'm not saying playing or creating something, but just to do another stuff. Like, do you like to read something? Do you like to
Yes, yes, I'm reading
practice other
because
stuff?
not just reading to relax, just reading, and walk around my neighborhood and take some photographs. Just to relax, just not to spend the time in front of screen. And currently I'm reading Thomas Mann, Magic Mountain, and
Okay.
it's pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah. Now, I would say very, very, very crazy stuff. Because I think we need to account it. Like, for example, I'm trying do not stay in front of computer as well, like you. However, I'm scientist. I'm working with research, and I'm always reading research, and I'm always writing research, and thinking about it. Like I was sleeping and think about my theory, my idea. So this is this is nice because I enjoy, but this is bad because consume my energy.
Yes, this is killing me to be, for instance, I cannot sleep anymore. For me, sleeping is like a item luxury because I think about algorithm. I think what is working, what's not working. I'm thinking this will no, so and the working for U.S. company is crazy because they don't sleep. You know, they are our things work, work, work. Very intense. School as well. You learn a lot, and
Oh,
but I can't for stop to think about work. No, for this reason, my main goal in the future is start to slow down and try to find a career that's not online or that depends 100% of a computer. No.
yeah, this is, I enjoy, I think you enjoy as well, but sometimes, man, it's crazy because it's this contradictory stuff. Like I like a lot, but at the same time, consuming my time in front of computer sometimes, in front of the screen. So this is bad.
Yes, I don't want to have the opportunity to work more from home, you know. I want to work in a place that work starts at some point and ends at some point and finish there, you know. I want to have opportunity to from my house and not think about work. This is my main goal today, you know. I want eat lunch with my wife, not think about
Good.
work.
Man, this is, blow mind. Like, for example, we are trying to learn how to do simple stuff, like to enjoy your wife, you know,
Yes.
girlfriend, or we stay with your family, enjoy your neighborhood, walking on streets, staying at nature, it's
Yeah, it's very
it's
funny because
chaotic.
I'm trying to have my dad's life when he was in the 20s, you know. I'm looking for that, you know, just live the moment, you know, because I'm here,
Yeah.
for instance, is about 50 minutes to 9 and to 8 I always start to think, well, I will open my email. You have a lot of tickets there, and well, you
Yeah.
know,
You know, yeah, like for example, here nowadays, um instead to I said about the science and all the stuff that sometimes capture me is that, for example, you've reading Thomas Mann. Okay.
yes,
Nowadays I'm reading a lot about politics to understand beyond the left and right, but something that really captured me a lot. So I like it. I like to discuss and so on. So I like to read as well data and the structure of the stuff. And sometimes I know that, man, this issue drain a lot of energy because it's about our life, about politics and so on. But at the same time, I like a lot. So it's my other challenge is that, like, sometimes I feel, man, I need to stop to read that. I know that's interesting. I know that's important, and I like, but I wanna read fantasy. I wanna read some stuff, some classic to put my mind and put my soul in other stuff because I'm diving in the reality, like diving in reality,
yes, it's
with
very interesting.
science in a side and with politics in other side. I enjoy both, but
It's very
it's
interesting.
crazy.
For instance, I have this moment in my life with a book. The book that changed my life forever was Don Quixote. So Don
Wow. Yeah.
Quixote changed my life forever because in that book there's the really meaning of be a rebel, you know, not about on politics, you know, like two sides, you know, every sides are wrong at my personal point of view. And the
Hmm.
classics, if you think about, if you think about Dostoevsky, for instance, if you read the Os Demônios, for instance, you know, it's very intense because it's very actual. Is it not a is very actual no, is very life today because it's not about one side or another side. Both sides are wrong, you know, because your life is particular. No, I do believe nowadays that we lost control, we lost the track about talk politics and life.
Exactly. I
I
believe the
think
same.
I think that we totally lost the track because uh, it's so bigger the opinions today. You know, you are so judged by your. For instance, I love architecture as well, and I love a lot of different modernism, socialism kind of things. And all my friends like to crucify me about that, and other friends like to crucify me because I love uh, motorcycles and engines, you know. So you're not.
Because you know, if you like something, it means that you are in a side or other
Yes,
side. Like
yes, yes, yes.
it's kind of
Very.
this kind of how can I say polarized politics capture all the symbols. Like you cannot do anything, but you seems like these are seem like that, right? Okay,
Yes, no, this
I
is very strange
understand.
because if you play rock and roll, you are a capitalist. If you play samba, you are a socialist. You know?
And it's crazy. It not make sense at all. But actually, for example, what is said, it's crazy for me because I feel that I'm diving, you know, I'm trapped at reality with science in one side and with the politics in the other side. Because I, you know, even beyond the sides like left and right, I consider that's important because I work with science, you know, in all the stuff. I need to understand what's going on in terms of, you know, how can I say, in terms of demands of Brazil and so on, you know, for example, nowadays I'm working in an oil and gas company, researching for a oil and gas company. So it's geopolitics is very close because we are, you know, we have seen right now. So I consider that's important, but at the same time, it's very reality. And man, I'm tired of reality. You know, I'm just, and
Yes,
I'm trying, I'm pretending or starting to do something like that, like starting to reading something like more soft, more tranquil, because I like, but at certain point it stops.
yes, I do believe that reality, for instance, well, when I was totally addicted to the news, for instance, you know, I was very addicted by the news. So my reality was so dark, you know, because I was thinking about the political situation, about the economy situation, about the war situation, you know. So when I started to leave this behind, I became a more light person, you know, because I just, for instance, I started to try to look my reality through the books, you know, like Don Quixote was the first one, Thomas Mann, like is a very interesting. I love and and the classical like the Russians like the Dostoevsky like
Man, I do believe
Tolstoy.
I exactly. I really believe that we have live in this very poor reality, poor times. Because the people do not care about the classical anymore, right? Like the
Yes,
people do not read, the people do not know the basic. And sometimes when I'm reading the basic and I start, oh my God, why I didn't read it before the past, like, because it's important to read the classics because, then the knowledge of a whole moment is there,
yes,
right?
yes, yes. And for instance, it's very important to your para a criação do seu imaginário para lidar com a realidade, you know.
Okay.
So it's very important because you have all this background from the classics books, music, you know, so you have this combination. If, for instance, when you are reading, you are put your efforts 100% and read, interpret, and create in your head, you know.
Exactly, exactly.
So it's very important to our lives because when you are, for instance, driven by politics, for instance, you are just reacting, it's just one side against the other, and I am this, you are that, so it's very poor. Life is not
Yeah,
like that. We
exactly.
are we have layers and layers and layers and layers of feelings, and how to deal, and how to improve yourselves, how
Exactly.
to face a challenge, everyday challenge, and but I think unfortunately, uh, this politics sides is so hard today, and like politics and social media and comfortable. This, for instance, we have all these apps in our life, delivery apps, message
Exactly.
apps, work apps. So I think the life changed so much, and not for better.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. And for example, about comfortable. Man, this is crazy because, sometimes our time is captured by the comfortable zone. Like it's not just silly stuff. Like, of course, we have a discussion. Oh, get out of your comfortable zone, and okay, all this, professional, funny stuff. But actually, sometimes we are really captured by the comfortable zone in terms of um, we don't do anything, right? Like,
Yes,
uh, say trapped on a comfortable zone, trapped. For example, nowadays I feel that nowadays I'm reading more. I'm reading a lot actually. And I start, but I needed to start it. Take a time, part of my time, man, I will read for this time. And now, I'm reading more and more and more. But how long, I passed without reading, or I passed without doing something that I enjoy, even something that I enjoy, like playing guitar. I'm saying the comfortable zone like this, playing guitar or watching an interesting movie, trying to understand different or try to create all this stuff. And sometimes we are only in a comfortable zone, like this is good, but like actually we are trapped by it, by this moment,
yes,
by this. And you pass, sometimes we can pass through our whole life, trapped by it. So crazy. This will
yes,
be, this was a very deep conversation, very philosophical conversation.
that's very cool. I like so much. Thank you
Yeah,
for
this
that.
is yeah, I think as well. Because when in my immersion, I always like to do like this. For example, I create the question here that I consider that, but the topic is just to introduce something that we can discuss. Like I am more like I like more when we can create questions based on our answer, right?
Yes, yes,
Because it's more natural, because it's more fluid, you know, and we can improve more as well, based on our thoughts, not based on, draft by topic and something that sometimes we do not care or do not understand, a little. So that's it. Thanks a lot,
so
Luis.
thanks a lot.
You
See you
want,
next
you
week.
want to talk something to finish?
No, no, it was very cool. And
Okay.
probably next week I will be here on next
Okay,
Wednesday.
okay. Thanks a lot.
So
Enjoy the rest of your time. Nice to
you
meet
too.
you. Bye bye. See you.